Now, with a week to go until nominations close, it's already clear who the main candidates will be in the race to become Labour's next leader. But whoever gets the job will face a huge challenge to restore the party's fortunes, even in places where they won. Well, I've been to Hartlepool to assess the scale of the job facing Ed Miliband's successor. Hoff Battery, part of Hartlepool's history. In 1914, gunners here fought back as the town came under German bombardment. And in this town's recent political history, one party's fought off all comers. For the 15th poll in a row in 2015, the town returned a Labour MP. But even here, its defences are looking shaky. Actually, in terms of the votes they got, this was the worst result for Labour in Hartlepool since this gun saw active service in the Second World War. Their share of the vote down by 7 percentage points. Their majority cut by 2,500. Almost 2/3 of people in Hartlepool in 2015 didn't vote for Labour. So a win, yes, but certainly not a triumph. And it was UKIP parking tanks on Labour's lawn, securing a 28% swing, tapping into what their candidate believes was widespread disillusionment.
There's lots of people coming over to us in that campaign from Labour who look at today's Labour Party and say, well, this party is no longer working class. It doesn't really represent me anymore. And I think, now Hartlepool in 2020 is a marginal seat here in the North East, and I think we've got a tremendous chance to potentially win that seat.
And in the town itself, there's not much sign of interest in Labour's future. Any interest at all in the Labour leadership contest?
No.
Why not?
I don't think it'll make any difference who's in, tell you the truth, Pat.
Andy Burnham, have you heard of him?
I don't particularly like what I read about him.
I've got no interest at all. I know it's a Labour town, but not by much.
Liz Kendall, have you heard of her?
I've seen her, but I don't particularly like her, I don't think.
Do you know his standing, or?
I'm not really interested, mate. Doesn't really bother us.
Yvette Cooper?
Oh yeah, I don't think she's bad, she's quite sensible. I've seen her on Question Time.
Any reason why you're not interested in Labour?
Because it's rubbish.
Not very encouraging, but who are the region's Labour MPs backing? Well, so far, 3, Helen Goodman, Sharon Hodgson and Kevin Jones, have backed Yvette Cooper. 2, Sedgefield's Phil Wilson and Darlington's Jenny Chapman, have nominated Liz Kendall. And 1, Blythe's Ronnie Campbell, has supported Jeremy Corbyn. But the overwhelming favourite here, with 13 supporters so far, is Andy Burnham, including Hartlepool's Ian Wright and North West Durham's Pat Glass.
When I was talking to people, what they were wanting were politicians who reflected their lives, who understood just how hard it is bringing up a family, just how hard it is living on a 0-hours contract or whatever. People who know how difficult it is to claim housing benefit, etc. And I think the criticism that I got was that our Labour leadership did not necessarily reflect ordinary people's lives. And I think people like Andy Burnham can do that.
Others have yet to make up their mind, including Jamie Reid. He has said, though, that whoever takes charge needs to heal what he calls a cultural divide between the Labour leadership and towns like this one with football clubs in the lower divisions. And the danger for Labour is if they don't find the right boss and formation, a bit like Hartlepool United, relegation will be a constant threat.